Hi everyone, I hope you're enjoying your vacation. We are going to speak about Parashat Beshalach. In this parasha, it is full of incredible stories about Emunah and Hashem, where Bnei Israel was being tested. First, they leave Mitzrayim, and they are stuck in between the ocean and the Mitzrayim, and they start screaming to Hashem, Hashem, help us. And Hashem says, why are you screaming? Just go, have Emunah, just go, I'm going to protect you. And they go, and Hashem splits the sea for them, and they go, and they are saved. Then they come, and they need water, and Hashem gives them water. And then they cry for food, and Hashem gives them food. This food that sustained them for 40 years in the desert, the man. And it says that every day they were to take enough, a certain portion for each family member, and take it home and not to leave it over. And it would disappear, it would melt away the rest. And if they kept it overnight, some of them didn't believe, they were afraid, maybe I'm not going to have it tomorrow. And in the morning they found that, there were worms, and it was all gone, it was not edible. And ביום השישי, ויהי ביום השישי לקטו לחם משנה שהעומר לאחד, ויבואו כל נשיאי העדה ויגידו למשה. On יום השישי, on Friday, they were all shocked. Why are we getting doubles? לחם משנה, twice the portion for each person. And they went to Moshe, and Moshe told them, tomorrow is going to be Shabbat. Tomorrow you're not going to go out and get man. There will be no man tomorrow. And so it was. The next morning they woke up, and on Shabbat they all had their portion. It did not get rotten, it did not get spoiled. We learned from this, the Lechem Mishneh, that every Shabbat we're supposed to have 2 chalot for every a meal. The Ben Ish Chai writes, צריך לצבוע על 2 ככות בכל סעודה משלוש סעודות ויהיו שלמות זכר למן. So we have to eat 2 chalot Shlemot Zecher Laman. And interestingly, 2 years ago, I was in Orlando during winter break, and I was at the resort. Our villa was on the ground level, and we were coming back into the villa one morning, like early morning, and I see these ducks following us, 2 ducks. And my husband tells me, why don't you give them something to eat or whatever. I ran in, I got some bread, I got some stuff. I gave it to them, and they ate, and they left. The next morning, at about 7 o'clock in the morning, my husband and my son were going to shul, and my son comes back in, and he says, Ma, your ducks are back. And I'm like, oh my God. I ran it was about 7:15 in the morning. I ran back out, and I fed them. Every morning they would come at the same time, 7 in the morning, 7:10, 7:15. They would come every morning for their bread. And on Friday, they came in the morning and then they left. And then in the afternoon at around 3 o'clock, we were walking back, my husband and I, to the villa. And all of a sudden I see the ducks walking next to us. They were following us back to the villa. I'm like, okay, I guess they're still hungry. So I went in and I got more bread. And I gave them, and I was like, I don't understand, where are they putting all this bread? Little tiny stomachs. The next morning, on Shabbat, if I tell you, I was so concerned for them. What am I going to do for them? Friday, Shabbat, I can't give them. You're not allowed to feed animals that don't belong to you. And I didn't know what was going to be with them. But they came that Friday at 3 o'clock and ate. Shabbat morning, they did not show up. I did not see them all day Shabbat. Sunday morning, they were back at 7 in the morning, just like they had been every single day. Hashem potach et yadecha u'mazviah lekol charatzon. Hashem feeds all his creatures, and it's a way of having emunah that he does. He feeds us, he provides for us, and I hope you had an amazing vacation. Can't wait to see you back in school. Thank you.